Does anybody care about the Dove Awards? I mean, seriously, like if you do, I really want to know. Well, if you don't, then you probably don't know anything about this story. Derek Webb, a 3-time Dove Award winner in the past, which is the award ceremony for Christian music, he attended the recent Dove Awards and came to the awards program wearing a dress with a couple friends in tow, one of which was a drag queen Christian music artist named Flamy Grant. Here's a picture of the trio. Now, it wouldn't surprise you to know that Webb divorced his wife a decade ago after admittedly having an affair, and despite having renounced his faith, he continues to put out music under the banner of Christian contemporary music, like the song God in Drag, in which he sings, "You've heard it said, oh, God so loves, but he'll reject you. If you so choose, he will respect you. And for all time, he'll disconnect you from his love and those who've left you. And in the skies, live on without you, while the devil's flames surround you. In that place that he designed to, for eternity, remind you of the choice that's now behind you. Either way, I bet you'll break a sweat." Well, other than the wretched songwriting, the lyrics are just blasphemous and allude to the false prophecy or teaching that you can act out on your sexual fetishes and be ultimately considered righteous. Again, I spent an entire hour on this last week, but just to be clear, that is what drag is. Men wearing woman face, dressing up like hideous Halloween characters or ghastly caricatures of women because they're sexually aroused by the images of and the thoughts of themselves as the opposite sex. That's what it is. And in recent times, they're also aroused by performing in their costumes in front of little kids. Flamy Grant, whose actual name is Matthew Blake, says, "Flamy is how I free myself, and it's turned out how I connect with other people who need a little liberation. If my sexuality and identity hadn't been so repressed by toxic religion, I'm sure I would have found drag earlier, but I have no regrets." Now, I've looked all over for a statement from the Dove Awards or the Gospel Music Association, and they've not said anything. And many of us are wondering why these perverts were allowed to attend in the first place. So far, no answer. If we follow the liberal logic, silence is complicity. So to the GMA and the Dove Awards, we will assume that your silence signals your support for Derek and Matthew and the rest. You can correct the record whenever you like. As a Christian, there's nothing wrong. In fact, there's everything good about swearing allegiance to the American flag. Why is that? Because of the virtues of which the flag flies. It speaks to our providential founding and has been for nearly 200 years a symbol of freedom to those who seek it. You can fly the American flag with pride from your front porch or out in the front yard. You can even hang one on the wall in the house, the garage, the office, or wherever you wish. I recommend getting a flag that will last and withstand the weather throughout the seasonal changes of the year. So check out the supplies at Allegiance Flags. Check the link in the show notes or head over to WeTheFreeShow.com for more. Military and first responders get 10% off all orders.